Sometimes the stories were full of compassion. Sometimes they had a very deep moral message. And sometimes they lifted the spirits with humor, like the stories of the wise men of Bechelem. Every culture has its little town or village with wise fools. Our village is Bechelem. And when you hear the story from Sefi, Shochat Be'eri, you will know how that helped us to get through hard times. Sefi is a teacher and a storyteller and a movement and dance instructor. And wherever she goes, she has a story to tell. And she even brings stories into her dance classes. Tonight she's going to tell us one of the stories about Bechelem, a favorite of hers and her mother's, who was her best and biggest fan. Sefi.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to tell you about my mom. We were very close. 12 years ago when I started telling stories, I discovered that she loved stories. She actually collected them. She was inspired by me and she started telling stories, and she even formed a storytelling club among her friends. Time passed. My mom was sick, she was weak, and there was a certain time she couldn't eat solid food. But one day, she had a craving. She wanted cheesecake. You see, it was Shavuot, Pentecost, and it's a holiday where you eat dairy products. So the caregiver went to the supermarket and bought some cheesecakes. But my mom wasn't pleased. Her brother, who came especially from the States to visit her, heard her desire and said, "I'll take care of it." The next day, we sat around the table. Me, my uncle and aunt, who were due to leave to the States in 2 hours, the caregiver, and my mom. Surprisingly, she got out of her bed and she joined us, sitting on a wheelchair. She was excited. Uncle Buddy took out of a paper bag a cheese roll. "Marlene, this is for you. Try this." Disgusting! You see, at this stage, she couldn't care less what people thought about her, and she expressed her feelings with no filters at all. And we accepted everything she said, with love. Aunt Dorothy took out of a fancy box a triangular cheesecake with crumbs on the top. Ew, I don't like this. Out of a plastic box, I took out a square piece of cake my daughter baked for her boyfriend who was a soldier. Mom scooped some cheesecake and again. Four more times. She went back to the cake, going up again. And we were hypnotized by her motions. Then her eyes sparkled. Her face lit up with a huge smile and she said, "This is the best cheesecake in the whole wide world." Two days later, my mom passed away. When I went into her bookcase, I found a folder with all the stories that she collected. And I found stories not just from 12 years ago, but also from 20, 25 years ago. She started collecting stories way before I became a storyteller. A lot of the stories were traditional Jewish stories. A lot of them with a good sense of humor. I chose a story we both liked very much. And I would like to tell you the story. I'm telling you the story in the honor of my mom. Marlene Shochat Eisenberg passed away 4 years ago this month. Mom, this is for you. In the town of Bechelm, a bridge was built over a river that ran right through the center of town. As many things in Bechelm, it wasn't built properly. It was a bit narrow than usual. It swayed from side to side, and the slats were put some higher, some lower, making it quite hard for people to cross. One day, Berel crossed the bridge. He tripped and he stubbed his toe. Another day, Herschel crossed the bridge. He was riding his bicycle. The wheel got caught in one of the slats. He tumbled over. His bicycle had to be taken to be repaired, and he went to the doctor because he had a backache. A week later, the Chelminer rabbi crossed the bridge. He tripped. He twisted his ankle, but worse than that, his beautiful, expensive, new fur Stremel hat fell into the water and was drifted away. Ay, weiß mir! Oh my God! Something had to be done! All the elders of the town gathered in the assembly hall to think what to do. There were so many ideas. They were arguing, they were discussing, talking to each other, and it took them 6 days, 6 nights to finally get to the great idea how to solve the problem. It was an extravaganza project, but it needed a lot of money. So they started raising funds. Some people gave money. Some people sold their jewelry. They even asked for a loan from the main bank in Warsaw. And a lot of people wrote to their relatives in America for donations. When they had enough money, they started buying material. Steel from Russia, lumber from the forests of Romania. And after they gathered everything, they put it just by the bridge, and the project began. They started working. They worked day and night, long hours, day and night, until the project was completed. They were so proud of themselves. They had a festival, and the whole town was invited. And the very next time someone crossed the bridge and injured himself, they took him to the great, new, modern hospital they built just right next to that bridge. And where did all of this happen, you ask? Where else? In Bechelm. Thank you.